Hello, I'm Deborah Wood. I'll be your instructor for Child Growth and Development. I wanted to take you on a quick tour of our course together. When you come into Canvas, the leftmost menu is your Canvas menu, and you can access your courses either from your dashboard or from your courses list. I wanted to point out the inbox. This is the preferred way for you to contact me with questions or issues of a personal nature. This will keep all of our communications within the Canvas course, and so it is preferred to direct email for that reason. But if you do need to email me, my email address is right there. And then here is the Student Support Hub that I want to make you aware of. This link has connections to about a dozen of the campus services, including tutoring, counseling, technical support, veteran services. So use this. It's just a great way, instead of searching the Saddleback site, it has wonderful links to things that you might need. The next menu is our course menu, and we'll be going over several of these items in this video. And then in the right-hand side is a to-do list of upcoming tasks, and it includes the due dates of those tasks. And in the middle will just be the information on the course. We're going to start with the orientation module. We're going to skip the first page because that's the welcome video that you're already at. But the personal conduct agreement, I'd like to point out, this is required for all child development courses that require in-person observations. Right now, it looks like we will probably be doing all of the observations via video, but this is still required. We may be able to do the early childhood observation in person, but certainly the infant toddler observation will be done using videos. And then we're just keeping an eye on how the pandemic goes to decide how we can go forward. But this personal conduct form requires that you put in your course ID, my name, and the ticket number, and then agree to the code of conduct. You do need to fill out one of these for every class that you're taking that requires observations. So just because you've done it before, I'm sorry, you do have to complete it again for our class. And then I'd like to point out the next couple of pages just have some highlights from the syllabus. And this is how I will communicate with you, and then how you can reach me. I want you to always feel that you can reach out, even though it's an online class. I'm here to support you. I'm the human behind the class, as are your classmates. Your classmates are here to support you as well. So please do reach out if you're struggling in any way. And the next screen has some other course information, including information on our text, which is available in Spanish as well, or you can order a print copy of it. The drop policy is here, as well as the academic honesty. I just want to point out that all assignments that you do for this class must be original work for this class only. It's not okay to reuse an assignment from a previous class. You do need to start all your assignments from scratch for this class. And then for the quizzes, you do need to complete them on your own. If you're taking this class with a friend, it's not okay to collaborate on the quizzes. And then finally, in this class, you do get one free pass to turn in one assignment up to 1 week late. I just ask that you let me know when you're using it. You don't have to tell me why you're using it. But it cannot be used for assignments in the last week of the class. Our course does end on December 18th. And this last page just has links to information about accommodations if you qualify, and then also resources for technical support and campus support. And then you'll just take a real quick orientation quiz when you're ready. You use the Take the Quiz. It'll present the questions. You just pick the best answer and submit it. This quiz you can just take once and it'll give you feedback right away. And then you'll be ready to get started on the week 1 module. Each week there will be an overview and objectives for the week. And so I just introduce you to what we'll be doing. And then there will be a lecture. Sometimes the lecture will be optional. Sometimes it will be required. In this case, I just have 3 videos that introduce you to the topics for the week. And so if you're the type of learner who does better with explanation and visuals, then these videos are for you. They'll get you started on the reading. If you're the type of learner who just likes to get to the textbook, then you can just skip these. The information that's presented in the video is covered in the textbook. And so that takes us to the reading assignment. Again, this textbook is a free textbook that is available in several different ways. And you can read it online in Canvas. You can download it as a PDF. And you can read it in Spanish as well or get a print copy. And this next video is required. This will expand on the learning theories that are part of our week 1 reading, and they'll help you prepare for the discussion this week where we will compare and contrast some theories and theorists. And on the required videos, I do give you guidelines for taking notes. These are the key concepts and some questions that you should be able to answer. You can just take notes. You can copy the questions into a document and answer them there, whatever works best for you. You can use these notes on the discussion, and then you may also see these questions on the weekly quiz. The discussion this week will just have us introduce ourselves to each other, so you'll tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll reflect on what we've learned about the theories and how we've seen the theories at work with the children that we have interacted with. And then finally, how to participate in the discussion. We are a very large class, so you have been separated into 2 groups for the discussions. You will make your initial post by Thursday each week, and then respond to 2 of your classmates by the following Saturday. You have to participate on 2 separate days to get full credit in the discussions. I ask that you use your classmate's name. You need to acknowledge something that they said, and then you need to build on it. If you just say, great point, loved your post, that's not enough to get full points in this class. If you need to see the rubric for discussions, these 3 dots will allow you to look at the rubric. To participate, your initial discussion, you'll hit the reply button, and then once you have posted, you'll be able to see the replies of your classmates. And then the first large project that we have, or paper in this class, is a 3 mothers interview. You will interview 3 different mothers, and it's great if you choose mothers from different generations. Your own mother, maybe one of your friends or contemporaries. And what you'll do is compare and contrast their experiences. The information on how to present your paper is here in a template. This is a template you can use. It gives you a table format for your comparisons. If you do need to create your own table, if you're not able to copy this into a document and you create your own table, you don't need to include all of this verbiage. You just need to include the comparisons. And then there will be a quiz each week. This quiz will be available on Saturday, and it will be available from this Saturday to the following Saturday. And you'll have 60 minutes to take 15 questions. And then finally, there will be a checklist each week so that you can kind of make sure that you've gotten everything done. I want to point out a couple of the different items from the menu. The course syllabus has links to both the syllabus and the course calendar that were emailed to you. And then what this tool does, it provides a course summary of these are actually assignments. It doesn't include all of the different parts of the module, so don't rely on this for everything that you have to do. This just links to what you need to turn in, but it doesn't have a link to the reading, so you need to make sure that you're always going to the modules as well. I will post an announcement every week at the beginning of the week to give you an overview, and we'll give any updates for the course. The discussions, I wanted to point out the student lounge discussion. This is an informal discussion. If you have a question about anything at all related to the course or even anything in the community, please post it here. I check this every day and will respond. And then I also encourage students to respond to each other. This is where we can help each other out. And then each discussion will appear as we go through. Week 2 will appear at the beginning of next week. From the grades, you'll be able to look at, as assignments are graded, your score will be here. And then there'll be a little chat icon here. And those will be my comments to you. I will provide comments to you on all of your written papers and on all of your discussions. I wanted to go back to the modules and point out, we went through the week 1 module. You'll see that the next week modules always unlock on the Saturday. And if you go all the way down to the bottom, these modules have our textbook in it, so you can also access the text and the different sections of the text from the modules page. I wanted to point out one last thing. This is your breadcrumbs. This allows you to get, if you're in discussions, it allows you to come back. The reason this is important is because you are in separate groups for your discussions. Sometimes students get lost as to where they are because the discussion groups actually have some of their own announcements and ways to communicate. But if you want to get back to the course itself, you can always come back at this very top level. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I look forward to working with you.